Many times I've thought that one day I might find a corpse in an abandoned place. I never thought it would be during this exploration, but first I'll tell you its story. In 1820, Joseph Gilbert, Marquis de Prelot, ordered the construction of a luxurious castle. To the east of the castle, he also built a chapel. 20 years after his death, he was buried in the chapel's crypt. And his son inherited the castle. He got married and had a daughter. They led a luxurious lifestyle, thanks to a considerable family fortune. In 1883, he lost his only daughter, and in 1884, he lost his wife. Both were buried in the family crypt. He died 10 years later. The castle was converted into a children's sanatorium. The property was sold in 2008 and is now a luxury hotel. From that very moment, the chapel was left to its fate, which resulted in the graves being desecrated. One of the coffins has disappeared, and even several skulls have been removed from the bodies. If you're sensitive, I suggest you don't join me on this exploration. We're already right in front. I can show you a little bit of the facade. They're going to reveal the location. We're already outside, let's go around it. To find the main entrance? Good thing I put on my rain boots, because everything is super wet. We just entered the church and need to speak quietly, because the echo carries our voices outside. And look. It's tiny, beautiful. Look at the condition it's in. It's in very bad shape. The crosses are very good. This church has a crypt below. It's probably this part here, because they used to put them in the central part, and then we'll try to open it, see if we can see the crypt. Look, here we already have plaques. Here rests Joseph Hilary Geneve, Marquis de Préault. Very wealthy people were the ones who built this church, who built it next to their castle and private church. They had their own priest in the church, and villagers would attend, even though the church was owned by the castle's owners. The castle was abandoned many years ago, and remained so until about 10 or 15 years ago. They bought the castle and the whole property, including the church, to turn it into a hotel. The next two tombstones we'll see are of a mother and daughter who died a year apart. But the hotel, the church kept leaving it abandoned, and no, they never restored it, and it's still that way. Here rests Sophie Nathalie Marie de Ibo, Marchioness of Prelaus. In 1874, at 58 years old, here rests Maria Sophie Josephine de Pro, Marquis de Aligre. In 1873, at 31 years old. All these bodies could be down there, although we're not sure. They probably took them away. In memory of Charles Louis Jocelyn de Rohan Chabot, Doctor. Duke of Rohan. In 1870, in 1893. In memory of Charles Genevieve, Viscount of Montaut. Deceased in Paris in 1881 at the age of 31. Here we have more. Let's take a look at them. Those marked rest here should in theory be in this crypt. I doubt they'll be here, but the crypt must be cool. Marquess de Prelaus, 1870 at 77 years old. Marquess de Prelaus. They must be family since most share the last name Prelaus. Maria Josefina Agnes de Rohan Chabot, Duchess of Caylus.
1927.
Interesting. Everyone down. Up, sorry, with the crown. And is the lectern still standing? What would the priest use to give the sermons? With how many years the church has, and it's still standing. Here we have some figures, but they're in bad condition. Impressive. I love the architecture of churches. Let's go up to the top and see what's left up there. Then we'll try to open this part here. Look at the views I had from up here. This part was probably reserved for the choir. From here, they had the best views of the church. Beautiful. And now, let's try to enter the crypt. At this point, we had already seen the coffins from above. My heart was racing, and a strange smell suddenly hit me. It was hard to breathe down there. The air was very dense. It's happening. We're about to see the crypt and can already spot some coffins nearby. Wow. Incredible. Very strong, the spine. Here we have the commemorative plaque. Now more views. Look at this here. Wow. And here there's more. And we have the name engraved and everything. Madame the Duchess, Madame la Duchessa. Wow. What a guy, that's intense. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. It's incredible. Are these all of them? Is he part of the family that built the castle? And missing the coffin, another person unlikely to amount to anything buried here. This one is more badly soaked. Even look here. He had his shoes on. And he has the other hand. Here are some stairs. Nothing at this door, but it's locked. Look at the marble cross that was here. This one? Obviously the orange to the skull. But it looks like they're fully dressed. Well girls, that's all for today. I hope you liked today's video. If so, give it a like and I'll see you at the next place.